Have you ever stopped to think about how you can type funny cat video into a search bar and get, well, millions of funny cat videos? Or how you can find a photo you took years ago just by searching for beach? It kind of feels like magic, doesn't it? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on that magic and deconstruct the incredible architecture that makes it all possible.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the big question. What even is multimedia information retrieval? Then we'll break down the system's three main pillars. After that, we're diving deep inside the server, the real powerhouse. And finally, we'll put it all together to see how a simple search comes to life.
So first things first, what are we actually talking about here? Because searching for a video is a whole different ballgame compared to searching for a simple word in a document. It's a move beyond text into a world of similarity.
See, with a regular text search, the computer is looking for an exact match. But how do you exactly match a feeling, like the vibe of a song or the colors in a photograph? You can't. That's the key difference. Multimedia systems work by finding things that are similar to your query, because pictures and sounds don't have a built-in dictionary meaning like words do.
And we're talking about a huge range of stuff here. It's not just images. It's text, graphics, animations, audio clips, full-length movies. All of these different data types have to be understood and compared by the same system. It's an enormous challenge.
So let's just hammer this home. Traditional search is black and white. It's either a match or it's not. But multimedia search lives in the gray area. It's all about finding the closest fit, the most similar item. It's less about being perfectly right and more about being in the right ballpark.
Okay, so now that we get the basic idea, let's look at the blueprint. How is a system like this actually built? Well, if you zoom out, you'll see that it all stands on three fundamental pillars.
Think of it like a journey. It all starts with you, on your device. That's the client. Your request then has to travel across the internet. That's the network. And finally, it reaches its destination, the information server, which, does all the heavy lifting. So, pillar number one, the multimedia client. This is your end of the deal. It's your phone, your laptop, your smart TV, whatever device you're using to make the search and then actually see or hear the results. It's your personal window into this whole world.
Next up, pillar two, the wide area network, or WAN. You can just think of this as the internet. It's the digital highway that connects you to the server. Your little search query travels down this highway, and then these massive media files travel all the way back. Without it, the client and server couldn't talk to each other.
And that brings us to the third and final pillar, the information server. This is the absolute powerhouse, the brains of the whole operation. It's juggling all the media files, managing databases, and delivering content to maybe thousands or even millions of people all at once. But the really cool part is what's going on inside this server.
All right, let's pop the hood and look at the engine room. Because this information server isn't just one giant computer. It's actually a collection of really specialized components, all working together like a well-oiled machine. You can see here there's a bunch of different parts. You've got different stores for different kinds of media, and then you have these things called agents that are basically the managers making sure everything runs smoothly. Each one has a very specific job to do.
Kicking things off is the application software. This is like the project manager. It takes your request and starts delegating tasks. It tells the other parts where to find the files, how to assemble them, and how they should ultimately be presented to you.
So let's talk storage. First, there's the document store. Think of this as the system's librarian. It keeps track of everything, not just the files themselves, but all the extra information, the metadata, and most importantly, the exact location of every single piece.
Then you have a completely separate storage for images and still video. Now, why separate them? Because images need to be accessed really fast by tons of people at the same time. This store is built for that specific high-traffic scenario, making sure pictures load instantly.
And you guessed it, there's another special store just for audio and video. Again, why? Because these files are not only massive, they're time-sensitive. A video is a continuous stream of data. If that stream gets interrupted, you get buffering. Nobody wants that. This store is engineered specifically to deliver a smooth, constant stream. Okay, so that's the storage. But who manages it all? That's where the agents come in. The Object Directory Service Agent is the ultimate tracker. It gives every single file a unique ID and knows where it is at all times. Nothing gets lost in this system.
Next, you have the Component Service Agent. This is kind of like the system's jack of all trades. It handles the entire lifecycle of a file,
from the moment it's created to when you play it back. And it's smart enough to handle all the different file formats, whether it's an MP3, a JPEG, or something else.
And finally, we have the User Interface Service Agent. This one actually works on your end, on the client. Its job is to make sure everything looks right on your screen. It handles the playback, scales the video to the right size, and just manages the whole visual experience.
So we've looked at all the individual pieces of the puzzle, the client, the network, and all those specialized parts inside the server. Now let's step back and watch how they all work together in perfect harmony.
Right, how do all these separate components actually talk to each other to take your thought, I want to see a sunset, and turn it into a beautiful image on your screen?
It's really a beautiful, coordinated dance. You make a request on your phone, it zips across the internet to the server. Inside the server, the application software and agents go to work, finding the right file in the right store. Then that big file gets sent all the way back across the internet, where your device finally catches it and displays it for you. And this all happens in the blink of an eye.
So, to wrap it all up, here are the 3 big things to remember. 1. Multimedia search is all about similarity, not exactness. 2. The whole system is built on that 3-pillar structure: client, network, and server. And 3. The server isn't just one thing. It's a complex engine with highly specialized parts for every job.
And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. Right now, these systems are great at finding things that look or sound similar. But the next frontier is getting them to actually understand the context and meaning of what's happening in our photos and videos. As our world gets more and more visual, that challenge is going to be fascinating to watch unfold.